Hey, hello, it's Justin here. Wanted to drop in with a quick video, a TBR, I guess is what these booktubers do. TBR, to be read, I think is what that stands for. So for the month of June, wanted to go through some of the stuff that I plan to read. I don't know how much of this I'll actually get to, but at the very least, I want to get to Salem's Lot. That's kind of the primary motivation for this just in. That I'm reading every book by Stephen King as a part of the Read Every Book by Stephen King challenge, along with my dear friend Michael K. Vaughan. I talked about this book in my last video, and I mentioned that the cover was falling off. I managed to tape up the cover nicely. I think a little bit nicer than I used to do as a teenager, but probably still not the best job. Let's hope it stays. It's detached for now though. Salem's Lot, and I know Michael thinks that I'm well ahead of him, but I'm probably not. I don't think I'm more than a couple of chapters in, but this is certainly top priority. After that, or alongside that perhaps, is The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. Joe Abercrombie, a fantasy novel that apparently is all the rage. This copy was actually loaned to me from Michael K. Vaughan, so I'm trying to treat it as nicely as I can. Reading the book about halfway through. I'm really quite enjoying it, so hopefully I'll have a lot more to say about it once I'm finished, and I'll move on to the next one, who knows, July, August. Also hope to read this month H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, one of the original classic time travel books. I talked at some point in one of my videos about how much I enjoy time travel stories, and maybe I'll do a series of time travel books, and this might be a good place to start. I can reread The Time Machine and talk about it a little bit. It's a very short book, so I should be able to get through it pretty quickly here in the month of June. Also happening in June, I'm going camping very soon. So what I did was if you go camping, maybe it'd be fun to read a scary book that takes place in the woods. So I did a little searching online and came across several lists and suggestions that, well, we'll see. But I picked up, kind of at random, Richard Layman, The Woods Are Dark. I don't know anything about this book, except that it's written by Richard Layman, and Richard Layman has passed away, has written lots and lots of novels, from what I can tell. I have not heard of him, so we'll see how this goes. And this is one of the cursed print-on-demand books that we seem to get from time to time with the curly cover. So, but still, hopefully it will be a fun book. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know anything about it. I'll let you know how it is. And if I manage to get through that considerable pile of books, I will probably pitch in and read The House on the Borderland by William Hope Hodgson. I think Michael has talked about this. This is a funny story. I have listened to this book. I have not read it. I listened to it. I don't recall. I picked up online. I downloaded, it was LibriVox or something. Somebody read this book and I listened to it. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. And I ran to Mike and I said, Mike, there's this great book that you have to read, The House on the Borderland by William Hope Hodgson. And he said, oh yeah, Justin, I have that book. I've read that book. And in fact, I have everything that guy's ever written here on my bookshelf. And I think I realized at that point there's just no catching up to Michael K. Vaughan. But still, if I manage to get through this, I will probably tackle this next. Maybe not the entire, this is a book of stories, including The House on the Borderland. I will at least try to get through The House on the Borderland this month of June. One other thing I do want to mention, I have been reading Lord of the Rings to my youngest. We are almost finished with Fellowship of the Ring. I have this very nice, very lovely hardcover copy of the series. It has these fantastic illustrations by Alan Lee, as you can see here. I am very happy with this set of books and these great illustrations. Alan Lee, apparently these illustrations were used as a bit of a reference for the Peter Jackson, for the Lord of the Rings movies that we all know and maybe love. So yeah, this has been fun to read with my youngest, and we are very close enough that I'm sure we will get through the end of Fellowship and then pick up on Two Towers. So this will be starting up in June, very soon, with my youngest son, my 8-year-old son. One thing I will say about this set of books that I purchased, I really want to take very good care of it. They were not cheap, but I'm not sure that this case that they came in was the best idea, because when I slip the books in and out of this case, it seems to do a little bit of damage to the corners of the book. I don't know if you can see that. That is a bit of a bummer. I am not happy about that at all. That's kind of happening on both corners there. So I may just leave the books out of the case while I'm reading them and put them back in the case when I'm done reading them, and try to preserve the corners of these lovely books. I also have coming a copy of Silmarillion, and that should also be a very nice copy of that book, and I hope to read that. If not, maybe in July I'll get to that. That will be a bit of a task for me. I've tried to read the Silmarillion once before and couldn't get through it, but I'm hoping that I can tackle it a little easier this time. All right, so that is my June TBR. Thanks for watching, thanks for attending, and I hope to talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.